Hello guys, welcome to Code Tunnel. My name is Mukesh, and in this video we are going to see what a list is and how it's helpful for us in different situations. Because it helps us hold a lot of data into a single variable. Okay, and but before going to that course, let's first, if you like the video, if you like our content, please consider liking video and subscribing. Okay, and also you can join the WhatsApp community. The link is in the description. You can interact with me one on one, and also you can ask questions to the people in the group. Okay, and that will help you in keep motivated, and you can also see what people are doing around you. Okay, so let's get started. So what a list is in Python, if you see, so let's first create one file called list.py, and then just click on the explorer to just close it so that we have more space. And then now imagine you have a variable, a equal to 20, equal to 30. These are number data types. These are number data types which holds only values, one values, one number, one whatever. Okay. But what you want is you want to hold a list of numbers, list of names, list of anything. How you are going to do that? You can do it via list data structure in Python. Okay. So how we do it? So let's call our list as ls. Okay. This is our variable name, and then you have to use the square brackets, and then you can store whatever values you want, 20, 30, 50, 30, 50, and so on and so on. Now, okay, sounds good. You can store it here, all the values. Let's print it. You can see once you click on the run command this, then you can see all the values that you have stored in the list here. Okay, but want to access now, you the problem is you want to access those variables that are, or those things that are stored in this list one by one. You don't want all of it. You want just this 30, 40. How you can access that? You can access that via the index method. So what do you mean by index method? Let's go to the screen. Okay, here you can see, okay, here for example, if you have a list, okay, if you have a list, and first element in the list is 20, second is 40, this is 30, and this mm, oh, this is let's make it 30, 40, 34. Okay, these are our numbers in the list. These are our numbers in the, so they are positioned by something called index. Okay, so you can, the index of this 20th, the first number is 0. If you go by the positive indexing system, this is the positive one, this is the negative indexing system. Okay, so you can find 20 at the 0th position, or at the first position, 30 at the second position, and 34 at the position. You can access it in the reverse order also by using negative indexing system. So minus 4 is 20, minus 3 is this 4, minus 2 is this 30, and minus 1 is this last element. Minus 1 is the last element. Okay, these are the two positioning system that we use in our Python programs, in our list. Okay, these are the positioning system. How you can access some what do you call, list elements one by one? By using this index. What do you call? Index. Okay, index. Now let's go and try to access any of those variables. Ls. Let's you have to, in order to access also, you have to use this square brackets. Okay, square brackets list. You want to access the first element. So first element using the positive index system. So you can use 0. 0 means the first element, 1 means the second element, means the third element, 3 means the fourth element, 4 means the fifth element. Okay, what will happen if I print 0? You're going to expect. Going to get 20. Yes, you're right. 20. So you're going to get on it. Going to get 20 because 20 is the first element. Call it 1. What is going to the output? 30. Call it 2 of 3. 3 is the third index. Third is the fourth element. 0, 1, 2, 3. 50. We're going to get 50 here. Yes. You can see we have 50 as output here. Let's figure out, let's access the element using negative index. So let's minus 1. What is going to the minus 1? Minus will be 1 will be the last element. As you can see here, minus 1 is the last element, minus 2 is the second last, minus 3 is the third last, minus 4 is the fourth last, minus 1 is the first last. Okay, let's clear the terminal. You can use clear, then run it. See 30, it prints 30 from here. 31 for slash 31. 31 is the last element. Call it minus 2. Okay, this is minus 50. This minus 2 is 50. So you can either go with the positive index system starting from 0 to till the end, okay, or use the negative indexing system right from minus 1 to the very beginning, okay. And this is how you access the elements in Python of Python list. Okay, also you have other utilities. For example, you have let's first try to iterate. Now you want to iterate over this array. You want the values of this array one by one. You want to do some process these elements one by one somehow. How you can do that? You can use for loops for that. So for values in list, okay, this is the special way. Okay, for values in the list, in list, what it will do, it will get all of these values 20, 30, 40, 50, 31 one by one into value and print give it to you. So you want to print it one by one. Okay, let's print one by one. Just print one by one. So let's clear it. See what happens. Here you go. 20, 30, 40, 50, 31. This is going to print one values one by one. Then you want to sum all of it. Okay, sum, let's sum it. Okay, sum 0. And you want to sum all of these values. Sum is equal to sum plus values. And then you want to print the sum. You want to sum, print the sum. So you have sum 0 and you get the values one by one in it, and it keep on adding all those values to this sum variable, and then finally you're printing the final sum. And let's see what's the output. You get all of this get added 171. So if you see, if you calculate, it's 171. So this is how you iterate over an array. This is how you basically get the values one by one and use it, like print it or use some in different ways. You can iterate over a list in this way. Apart from this, you have a lot more functionalities built into it. For example, you have list. So let's try to push something into it. You want to add something into the lists. You can add it using and. Okay, append. What it will do? It will push the things inside it. So let's append means basically attaching at the end of the list. You can see when you have an append object to the end of the list. So let's append an object like 99. Okay, 99, and then print again. What are you going to expect? What are you going to expect? You're going to get a list with a lot more elements than it had. Have 91 also. We have 91 also because 91 got appended, added at the end of it. Okay, You can also do something like pop. Now let's pop the elements. Pop will basically remove the elements from the last, but you can also specify where you want to remove those elements. Pop will basically pop, will remove the elements from the last. Okay, so if you run it once again, you won't get 99 because 99 got appended and then popped again. So you are adding, here you are adding, and here you are removing. You're removing, so you are not going to get anything happen here. Okay, you're not going to see any final change because that got reverted here. Also, you have some other functionalities like you can count how many. Imagine you have more. You have duplicate elements here. 2020. You want to count how many 20s are there. So you can do list dot count. Dot count what 20. Dot count 20, and then print it. The output of count. Okay, so you can see it prints you three here, so we have three 20s here. So 20, 20, 20. Okay, with 320 you can count, you can add, you can remove. Also you can add two lists, list one. Let's see, this is list one and list two. You want to add two lists. Okay, you have two lists, comma, comma, four. Now you want to add all those. You can also add those lists and assign it to a different list. List three, list three, and then you want to basically add and assign it, get a new list out of it. Let's see what we get in list three. So let's see, you have basically the old elements from the list one and the new elements from the list two, and you in list three we have all the elements together. Have all the elements together, which basically means that it got catenated. This is called catenation of list. This property is called catenation. Catenation. Okay, you have basically catenating. You're just binding them together. Okay, this is called catenation. So, okay, this is how you access elements in lists. How you manipulate. There are a lot more functionalities in lists. Go and check it out yourself. From Python documentations, there are a lot of functions. A lot of functions. You can also reverse a list. For example, you can dot reverse. You can reverse it. So if you see now, your list will get reversed. Okay, sorry. So now you have to basically reverse this and then you have to print it. You reverse it, then you want to print it. You can print it. You can see the list got reversed. Okay, you have 4, 3, 2, 1, 20, 20, 31, 34 because the output of list 3 is getting reversed. It's getting reversed, and so you're getting this as output. I think you liked it and you learned something out of it. If you learn something, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. You can join our community, join our WhatsApp community. Link is in the description. You're going to learn a lot of things. You're going to interact with a lot of people, and you can create an environment for yourself where you are in tune with the people, other people, and you are able to interact with them and be motivated in your Python journey. Thank you guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye.